I uploaded a video recently on how I'm making my big chunky marled scarf, and in the video I started a new project. So my new project was a hot water bottle cover, just to demonstrate that it's the same method. I didn't want to cast on another scarf, so yeah, it's basically a big long tube like this that's sealed at the bottom, and I thought it'd be a good idea to make a water bottle cover. But I'm now up to the point where I need to start thinking about decreasing, whereas this has just been mindless knitting up until now. So I've had to put it on hold for a little bit while till I got the headspace to sit quietly, to be able to think what I need to do. It's not, I know if you're a knitter, it's not a massively complicated bit that I'm at now, but I know that if I get distracted, I'll mess up, I'll forget. So what I'm going to do, I think, is some decreases on the ends of my rows. I'll probably need to be quite a lot of decreases all in one go quite quickly actually. So I'll probably do something like knit one, decrease one. I need to decide, do I do the decreases together? Should I knit a stitch in between? This is where I'm not experienced enough to know that. So I'll probably do some decreases on one row, knit a row, then decreases on the next row, and so on. But it needs to decrease quite a lot to come in here. Once I get to this bit, I won't decrease it right like down to that many stitches. I'll probably leave it a little bit wider, and then I'll do a rib, which will be nice and stretchy, so that I can get my hot water bottle in and out of the cover if I need to. But I'm really on the home stretch now, not a lot to go. It's just a case of a little bit of head scratching for me anyway, and figuring out what to do. I brought down a couple of other colours there. That one I think is a bit too purple. I'm trying to stick to pinks. I've got that one, but I think it does feel like there's already pretty similar colours in there. And that one, let's have a look. I've got the yarns that I'm using in my little mesh bag. This has been so handy. I sell these in my shop if you'd like to get some. What was I talking about? Yeah, that one. I've already got a very pale pink with some undyed like white in there already, so I think that's going to be too similar, so I don't actually think there's any point in adding in those ones. I'll just stick with these and see if I can come up with some new combinations, because I'm using 2 strands at a time. So here I've got a hot pink and like a baby pink, and you could just see there, you get the stitch definition of the 2 different colours, which I love. And then overall from a distance, it's sort of neither one nor the other. I'm really liking the effects. So yeah, I'll report back. I've now got a nice curved, I'm going to call it a shoulder on both sides, and I think I'm ready to start the ribbing now. It was just a case of trying it on after every couple of rounds really, and just making it up as I went along. I ended up doing a mixture of rows where I did knit one and then decrease, and knit the rest, then decrease, knit one at the end, and then just a couple of knit rounds here and there, and then more decrease rounds. And I've just finished up on a couple of knit rounds here, and yeah, I'm about, you can see it's there. I would certainly what's the word, recommend trying it on rather than just doing it like this, because it does stretch a bit more once it's on. And I certainly wanted mine to be a nice fit and not too stretched in any places. So yeah, I'm ready to start the ribbing now, which is nice. I've sat and concentrated on this bit, but the ribbing will be nice and easy. I'm going to change colour. I think I'm going to go for something a little darker for my rib. I'm just going to do a 2x2 rib. I'm going to make it quite long so that I think I'll figure it out as I'm going, but it might be nice to have it extra long so I can turn it back on itself. So I'm going to see what it looks like if I were to do that, and then decide once I get up here a bit. I won't change the shape or the number of stitches on that. I'll just keep it ribbed, and it will stretch over that extra shape at the top there anyway, and it is wide enough that it will stretch open, and you just fold your hot water bottle in half like that and you can work it in quite easily. So yeah, I'm pleased I've got that done this morning. It's a job that just needed a quiet half an hour to myself, and it's taken me a while to get around to that and to have the headspace to do that. I've just finished stitching up some more fabric baskets, some of which are for orders and some of which are just going to go in my shop. I dug out a few other Christmassy fabrics and have used them to line the bags, and they look so cute. I love this one. It's got little teddies inside and it's a lovely, like, gentle, calming gingham. I can't think of my words this afternoon. And then I've got a couple with the robins, and someone wanted one of the large ones too, so I've just finished making that one. I'm watching some YouTube and I've just made a coffee. I'm going to sit for a little bit, have my coffee and work on some stitch markers. I've got a few new ones coming to the shop as well, so I'll get those made up and let you have a look. Topped up my stitch markers again. The little snowmen are new, which are so sweet, and I've also got these little bells, and I couldn't help sorting them into colours because these ones are just so Christmassy, and then you've got other colours here, but Christmassy colours can be any colours you like really. So I'm not quite sure whether to sell them as sets or just sell them individually. I think it's going to have to be individually actually, because I don't have an equal amount of each, so I can't do sets easily. But yeah, these are really fun and nice and jingly on your projects. So I've got a few things to photograph there to get in the shop, and it won't be a job for today, it's getting a bit dark. I'm going to go and pack orders just now so that they're ready to go to the post office tomorrow. I'm having another dough of some sourdough bread. I've tried quite a lot recently, so I've been having it most days for lunch with lovely soup. And I've got another one on the go. This has risen, I've just come down this morning, this has risen way more than any that I've made so far. And I can see there's some bubbles forming there too. Those little dark patches are where it's just getting thin and about to grow into a big bubble to pop. So that's good. This will get baked later on today. I did do something a little bit different with this one, in that I've done a bit more stretching with it. I am following a recipe that doesn't need a lot done to it, but I think maybe that's where things aren't going well for me. I've been watching a lot of videos on Instagram about making sourdough and just seeing how people fold it and stretch it, so I did a little bit of that a couple of times, so I think that may have been what's really helped. I put it into a different bowl as well. I usually use the glass one, and I thought maybe the glass is really cold and not helping with the rise, so I put in a plastic one. But the only thing with that is I can't look at the underside and see the bubbles, whereas at least with the glass I could see it was full of bubbles. It's early in the morning, the heating's just kicked in, so I'll leave this for a little bit longer before I put it into my proving basket, just before it gets baked, and I'll see if the warm house maybe makes it bubble up a little bit more. So I'll maybe leave it for an hour or so and check back. Good morning, it's a Thursday and I'm just getting ready to go off to the palace to do my morning of volunteering in the gardens. It's a lovely sunny November day. I think we've had a frost early on. Certainly got that feel to it anyway, but it's beautiful. The sun is shining and the sky is blue, so hopefully it'll be a lovely morning. I have been busy working away. I don't feel like I've filmed very much this week. I feel like I needed a little break after all the Vlogtober filming as well. But I've been busy making some little project baskets, the fabric baskets that I made, and I got a couple of new fabrics in the post the other day, and of course they really inspired me to make a few more baskets. So I'm just going to show you quickly the ones that I've just made. This was the first one of the fabrics that arrived, and it's the Love Hearts, which I just love so much. It's got a real sort of homespun Christmassy feel to it. I love that fabric. But at the same time, it's not just Christmassy. You could use this one all year round. And I've just paired that one with a plain fabric for the inside. And I think that is just so, so beautiful. I also couldn't resist making another one and teaming it up with some Christmassy Snoopy fabric. How cute is that? I really like this basket and I'm very, very tempted to have it for myself. Really like that. I mean, obviously the lining is Christmassy, so it would be a Christmassy one, this one, but I really like it. The problem is I keep making things that I really like and saying I'm going to have them for myself, but that's not the point. I'm supposed to be making things for you guys. And then I got this lovely red spot as well, which I realised matches the side of my cushion almost. But I really like this as well, actually, and I've teamed it with a really pretty Christmassy fabric that's got some little gold metallic elements through it. Not sure you can see the sparkle there, but there's gold bows and little stars there as well. But I think that has turned out beautiful as well, red and like a sort of aqua colour. And I also made one in the music fabric that I already have, and I teamed it with tartan. I love tartan, especially at Christmas, and this one's got a little gold thread running through it, so it's really nice. But I think that's beautiful. I love music sheets at Christmas as well. I often use them for crafting. But those are the ones that I've just finished, and I've also got the pile. I think I filmed some the other day. I'm going to show you them properly a bit later on. But my goal today is to get them photographed. I've also got a little stack of new stitch markers to go in the shop, including a little stocking. It's even got a little cable detail on it. I don't think that's gonna, not focusing very well, but I've got a little stocking there, got a new little snowman. What else have I got? All these bells, those colours are just, oh, I'm loving the colours so much. I've got thread rings, stitch marker rings in my shop, but I also thought that I would get a couple of Christmassy colours. So I've got the red and a sort of minty aqua green there. Now, the thing that I really like about these is, I'm going to show you if I can undo it really quickly. You unscrew the end there, and you can, for example, they fit perfectly on the basket handles. You can just attach it and then your stitch markers can sit there, which I think is super handy because I'm always rooting about in a bag for a stitch marker and it's always at the most inconvenient time. So having them to hand is always really useful. So I'm just going to pick off a couple, jingle away, just to show you how they sit there, and that sits perfectly on the handle of the small project baskets, fabric baskets. So I've got, yeah, I've got red ones in, the minty green, and there's pink in my shop already as well. If you've got one of my fabric pouches, the storage pouches, these attach nicely to the bit of ribbon that's inside them as well. Or you can attach them to a zip pull if it's got a big enough gap on the metal bit. So I've got a few things to photograph when I get back, which will be, I'll be home for lunch, and look at that sun flaring in. I love that. Yeah, lunch, and then I'll get a bit of daylight hopefully to get the photos taken. Just needed to find a little Christmassy project as a prop for my baskets. Does anyone else get the sudden urge to make something in particular and it just takes over? I've had a bit of a thought that I would like to do something over December. I've pulled out a few yarns, some of which are Christmassy, some of which are not, but I still like them, so could be potential choices. I'm going to turn the camera around 1 second. For a lot of years I was knitting up advent socks over the month of December and I really enjoyed that process. For the past few years I haven't done that. I've just felt way too overwhelmed in December. Just haven't felt that same, I guess it's the relaxation, I just haven't had it, hasn't been there. So I haven't, I mean that's come kind of overall with my crafting. I just don't do as much as I did because I feel I can recognise that I don't have that same downtime that I used to have. So I know that a lot of time in December before I would have sat and done a couple of rounds on my Christmas socks that I would have been knitting, and I really enjoyed that process to just stop and chill out, and I think I really need to find that again. I'm spending way too much time on my phone basically scrolling and just kind of wasting time that way. I could be doing something more productive, so it's been on my mind that I would like to do a December kind of project, an advent project. Do I want to make socks again? I'm not sure. I kind of do and I don't, so I'm not sure. I keep seeing people making socks. I'm seeing Christmassy yarns. Not that I need any because I have plenty. But I also like the idea of making another shawl. Just a small one that could be done in December. So I like the idea of, if it was for me, which it would be, I love the idea of a speckly yarn, and I've got a couple here that I really like. They're very similar. One, I didn't buy one of them, I think I must have got it as a gift, but I did buy the other two, but you'll see what I mean, how similar they are. This one I think is, no it's not, which one is it? That one is a Christmas one. I mean, not that it matters, it's just called Christmas speckle. The others are sort of more summery ones, but like names, but it doesn't really matter. But I like the idea of like a speckly shawl maybe. But then I also looked at other yarns that I've got because I did have a couple of Christmassy ones. I bought this one a few years ago and it's so lovely. I don't really see that as a shawl for me though. It's not, I don't think I'd wear those as a shawl, those colours, but for a Christmas sock, that's making me want to knit Christmas socks. This is the Camel's yarn, and I think it's called, what's it called? Oh, it's called Partridge in a Pear Tree. It's really beautiful. I've also got a Lay Family yarn one, which has got a bit of sparkle through it. It's called Baby It's Cold Outside. That would be a nice shawl one. And I've got some green lambkin ones here too. So I like the idea of these for socks. They're so colourful. That's Jolly Holly. I've got a gingerbread snowflake here as well, which is beautiful. That would be, maybe that would be nice as a shawl. I don't know. And I've got another green lambkin there. It's called Mrs. Santa Claus. I wish I could see what things knitted up like. Like, I wish I could see the shawl that I want to knit already knitted up in these yarns, because I can never picture them. And I don't know whether things will stripe or pull or whatever. So I don't know. I get this overwhelm. I get an idea in my head. I want to do it, and then I suddenly reach a massive wall and I get block because I can't decide. Or I want to start doing something in an evening and it's too dark to get stuff ready or whatever, and then I hit a block and it never gets done. And it's really annoying that I'm like that, and I'm going to get like that now, I think, in terms of trying to choose a yarn and a project. Maybe I need to get back into making socks and get through some of this yarn as well, but I haven't made socks in such a long time that it's going to be a case of me sitting down and really like relearning how to do it. I mean, I can remember the basics, obviously, like the cuff and or the toe up or whatever. I've done both methods. It's just kind of the heel that I've forgotten how to do, although I know it wasn't difficult. My preferred heel was the fish lips kiss heel. I did that one a lot. So yeah, I've got a lot of decisions to make, and maybe over the course of the weekend, should have a quiet weekend, maybe I will make a bit of a plan, and maybe I will need to make myself a little basket, I think, a Christmassy one maybe. But then again, what fabrics do I choose? See my dilemma. It's a constant dilemma of I don't know what to choose. What a position to be in. How lucky. I like the Snoopy one, but then I've just thought, but if I used one of these yarns, it doesn't really match. Oh my god. They sound ridiculous. Right, I'm going to do something that is grounding today in all senses of the word. I'm going to go out and do some gardening and spend some time out in nature, which will put everything back into perspective and remind me what is actually important. Yes, I've got a busy day today, and then tonight I think I'm going to the gym later on, late afternoon. I'm going to go to the gym, go for a swim as well, and then home for a yummy dinner.
When I think about yesterday, my oh my, my oh my, a kiss, and so I did. Since I met you, I feel unbreakable. Since I met you, I feel unbreakable. Since I met you, I feel unbreakable. I feel unbreakable.
Time ran away with me yesterday and I didn't get round to showing you the baskets, but I would like to show you them really quickly, so I'm just going to let you have a look at them just now so that I can show you the linings. Can't remember what I've shown you and what I haven't at this point, so excuse me if I'm showing you what I've already shown.
I've got little hearts with this lovely neutral lining. I've got music with gorgeous gingham. I've got the other hearts with the super cute Snoopy Christmassy winter fabric. I've got the red dots with the lovely aqua Christmassy lining.
I've got a really sweet pale natural gingham one, and it's got the cutest little bears inside. They're ice skating and hanging out with friends and building snow bears. So cute, such a sweet fabric. I've got this lovely green one as well. I really like the lining in this one. It's got little Santas in his car picking up his Christmas tree, and then lots of other little Christmas trees. Such a retro looking one, the green and pink. And I've got a lovely spotty one with bright little snowmen in there. And last but not least, I've got the spotty one, and it's got little Christmas trees in there, and also some little cars again picking up the Christmas tree. I just love that little image of little vehicles with the trees on the top, and then you've got a little goose there as well. Is that the right way up? Yes. It's on its side, a little goose. So Christmassy, wintry one there as well. So they are all going to be in the shop by the time you see the video. That's a job for me to go and do just now. Upload those to the shop. I think I'm going to get a coffee. It's getting a little bit chilly this afternoon. I think I will wind the video up here. There's another couple of weeks yet until December, so I may be back before then. I'm not quite sure, but I will see you in December for Vlogmas. Speaking of all things Christmassy, my Christmas boxes are reaching their destinations now, which is really nice to hear. I do still have a few left in the shop, so if you'd like one, pop over and get yourself one. And I forgot to say that the baskets are the perfect sizes for holding little mini advents. If you've got a little yarn advent, like a 12-day one, they would fit perfectly in the little bags. So yeah, oh, and then stitch markers as well. They're all going to be uploaded to my shop as well, along with the bags. And I think I've already shown that the rings fit perfectly on the handles of the bags. Obviously you would undo it and put it on properly, but I'm just putting it like that just to show you. And it's a really nice way to keep your stitch markers nice and handy. Yeah, it's winding up for the end of the week here, so I've got a really quiet weekend ahead actually, which I am really looking forward to. I hope to do a bit of knitting, bit of crochet. I haven't picked my crochet blanket up for ages now. And reading. I've been reading a Christmassy book, which I'll probably show you next time. Anyway, I'm going to go and warm up, grab a coffee, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.